Welcome to State of the Offense, your unbiased coverage of your favorite team's offense, the Denver Broncos. In the skill positions, the Broncos bring back all of their main starters from last year, and they brought in free agent running back Samaje Perine and drafted wide receiver Marvin Mims in the second round. On the offensive line, the Broncos will bring back three of their starters from last year's group, Garrett Bowles, Lloyd Cushenberry, and Quinn Miners. The Broncos also brought in guard Ben Powers from the Ravens and tackle Mike McGlinchey from the 49ers. Left tackle Garrett Bowles broke his leg in Week 5. He graded at an 82, which ranked him as the number 16 left tackle in the game. Left guard Ben Powers graded at an 80 with the Ravens. He played in all of their games. He had a 100% snap share, and an 80 grade placed him as the number 7 left guard in the league. Center Lloyd Cushenberry graded at a 74, but he had a season-ending groin injury in Week 8. His 74 grade put him as the number 17 center in the NFL. Right guard Quinn Miners entered the lineup after Garrett Bowles was injured. From Week 6 onwards, Miners graded at a 75, which places him in a group between the 18th and 20th ranked right guards in the NFL. The Broncos decided to sign right tackle Mike McGlinchey away from San Francisco. As a 49er, McGlinchey graded at an 81. This grade made him the 10th best right tackle in the game. He played every game and he played 95.1% of the available snaps. The hope is that Russell Wilson can experience a career revival after a below-average 2022. Even though it was a down year, Wilson was still the quarterback 15 in total fantasy points, and he was the quarterback 20 in average points per game. Russell Wilson is the quarterback 20 in average draft position as the 132nd overall player. I also rank Wilson as my 20th quarterback, but I actually rate him a little higher as my 103rd overall player. If Wilson has trouble with this system, he's probably done. Jarrett Stidham performed well in his 2 starts in place of Derek Carr for the Raiders. Jerry Jeudy established himself as the top wide receiver in Denver last year. He was the wide receiver 18 in points and the wide receiver 17 in average points per game. He is currently getting drafted as the wide receiver 26 and the 66th player overall. I'm a little bit lower on Jeudy than others. I rate him around lower as my wide receiver 31 and my 77th player overall. I actually view Courtland Sutton as a better fit for this offense than Jeudy because of his style of play and his size. Courtland Sutton is currently the wide receiver 43 in total points and the wide receiver 48 in average points per game. He is currently getting drafted as the 44th receiver and the 101st player overall. I rate Sutton as my wide receiver 28 and my 74th player overall. Take advantage of the dip in Sutton's perception and you will benefit from making a pick. I believe that this offense will support more production than it did last year, where both Jeudy and Sutton will become valuable fantasy pieces at the wide receiver position. The Broncos wide receiver depth took a hit with Tim Patrick tearing his Achilles and KJ Hamler getting released for a heart condition. Rookie Marvin Mims and former New Orleans starter Marquez Callaway will compete for the wide receiver 3 spot on the roster. Neither is worth drafting yet, but one of them can sneak onto your fantasy roster as the season progresses. After a preseason injury rehab, tight end Greg Dulcich performed very well as a rookie. Dulcich made an impact immediately after time on the regular season PUP list. He ended up as the 30th tight end in total points scored, but he was 18th in average points per game. Drafters are on to Dulcich. He's getting drafted as the tight end 13 and 123rd player overall. I'm even higher on Dulcich than his ADP. I look at him as the tight end 8, and he is my 82nd ranked player overall. Running back Javonte Williams was lost for the season in Week 4 after tearing multiple knee ligaments. He was the running back 22 in average points per game, which is well below what the preseason expectations were once Melvin Gordon was gone. Williams is the running back 30 drafted and the player 80 overall, which makes him a 7th round pick. All reports about Williams' health has been positive so far, and I expect a resurgence in production by Javonte Williams. There are plenty of unfavorable running back situations out there, but I believe the Denver situation is better than most people would think. Javonte Williams is my running back 16 and my 46th player taken overall. Samaje Perine will probably get a lot of work as well because he's physical and he can catch the ball. He's getting rated fairly high for a backup running back. He is the running back 35 and the 98th player overall, which puts him in the 9th round. I agree with both of these rankings for Samaje Perine. The offense should be good enough to support two running backs the way it did with Williams and Gordon in 2021. I'm a bit higher on Denver fantasy players than most are this year, with the exception of Jerry Jeudy, and I think that he will also be successful. Sean Payton is a great scheme designer and a good play caller. He will take advantage of this offense's full skill set. The AFC West is pretty tough, but with the quality of the Broncos' defense and the stability that the offense will gain, the Broncos should produce a winning season. A wild card berth is a very realistic possibility for the Broncos. If you like today's coverage of the Denver Broncos offense, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.